All right, welcome to Up in Smoke podcast number 12. I can't believe we've done 12. I think the last couple of times we've done podcasts, like in the previous years, it's lasted like 3.
I think you're overestimating us.
No, I have them up on. Okay, what? Okay, the very first podcast we did, like way back, like in 2013.
That was one.
Did
I think,
one?
Right?
It did one guy, and one round, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then the second one we did like 5, and that was like 2 years ago. This one we're on 12. I think it helps that we that I switch people around a little bit every once in a while, give us a break. Also, switching to 2 weeks is probably a better option.
Yeah,
but
the summer 2 weeks is what.
Yeah, it helps us a lot. Yeah. So, anyway, podcast number 12. Welcome, guys. Hopefully, you guys had a good couple of weeks. Thank you for flicking off the Instagram photo. So, hopefully, we get some extra likes for that, Jiggly.
Huh? Oh, yeah, no problem.
Yeah. I already got people liking it.
To kick in.
That's all. You sleepy already? You got like 5 days off. We'll get ready.
I didn't get a nap today, so.
Oh, no nappies.
My old man bones are.
Your old man bones.
Turning into Jason.
Am I the oldest of the group here?
I think
by
the small margin, but yeah.
It's actually me.
Show.
You guys are wrong.
No, it's Clicker Ian over here. It's fucking clicking. I love you, Ian. I love you so much. All right, so let's talk about what we did this week. I'll start. I played Fortnite again. It's happened. That's like the 3rd time now. I played it for like 3 or 4 hours actually, but I played it with a couple of other people, so it made it a lot more fun. You know, when I was playing multiplayer. I still didn't build a single thing. Like,
yeah, you built stuff.
Like, barely. Like, I don't. It's hard for me to conceptualize building, you know, in a shooter. So it's just something you have to get used to, I guess.
It's because it's not normal.
It's not. We got some Fortnite news and stuff to talk about too later in the podcast, so it's kind of relevant that I did play it. But in any case, I played Fortnite. I also played Rust. We had a Rust wipe. So last week on Thursday, I played Rust. We had a pretty good time with that. Did some raids and stuff. It wasn't a blueprint wipe, so everybody still had all their blueprints. So the tech ramp up was pretty fast. But on Thursday of this week, they're doing a full wipe. So we may play again and do like some naked army stuff because nobody's gonna have anything. So might be kind of fun running around naked with like spears just for the heck of it. We'll see. But and then I played a game that I like. It's pretty cool. It's called Tower of Time. I don't know if we talked about that last time or not. I think I played it after our last podcast. So
I think you played it like that night.
Yeah, maybe right after the podcast. It's pretty fun. I like the dynamics. Like, it slows time. It's not turn-based, quote unquote. But you can hit the space bar and like move your guys, and they're like slowly running and stuff. It's like a time slow thing. It's pretty neat. So it allows for some pretty cool combos and stuff. So I played that kind of stuff. I'll show you my one Fortnite clip, which I've already posted everywhere. So if you haven't seen it, you just probably don't follow me. So because I posted on Discord. Yeah. I posted it on Instagram, everywhere. So it was pretty cool. I've never been able to get a shot like this, so here it is. Hopefully you guys will enjoy my favorite part is my reaction. I'm dumb. That's all I can say. Oh, I see the guys crossing the river. Oh, that was badass. I got clippy. That fucking whenever I just go, oh, that was badass. I'm just such a dork, obviously. So.
Ooh, that was cool.
Oh. Anyway, so that was my couple of weeks. It was pretty fun. So, hey,
we can.
Sometimes we drink stuff, Eagle. That's how it goes. Maybe Ian wants to have a fireball later. Some fireball.
The one that's just still chilling behind me.
We got Tarnus with his onesie on. He's clearly been drinking already, so it's fine. What do you got?
I definitely
Moonshine?
think
I could go grab tequila out of the freezer real quick if we all want to just take a swig.
I got the last 2 shots of this whiskey.
Yeah, see, we all got something close by. It's like part of
We're
a
all alcoholics here. It's fine.
it's part of a streamer's equipment list is a bottle of something,
Gotta
you know,
have something,
close
yeah.
by. Yeah, for sure. Well, he's drinking the moonshine. And killing
Yay, he
himself.
finally died. I mean, oh man, no, we gotta find somebody new.
All right, so Jiggly, what have you been
Yeah.
playing this past couple of weeks?
A lot of Monster Hunter, especially since they did the multiplayer patch 2 weeks ago.
I heard it's working pretty good.
It is working phenomenally. I have not had an issue since the day it was patched. The day it was patched, I dropped once, but I haven't had any problems since.
Sure.
So I've been playing a lot of that. Finally beat the main story. So now we're just doing like the in-game kind of content, which is really fun. I've been trying. I only have 2 more weapons to try out before I've tried out every weapon, and there are some that I think people will enjoy more than others. Yep. Anyway, so other than that, Arma. I tried out the Zeus mode for a couple of days. The days I couldn't sleep and stuff, I'd hop on like a EU server and play with some British kids that should have been in school, but they weren't. And I was wondering why. So that's kind of
it'd be
cool.
hooligans.
For those that don't know what Zeus mode is, it's basically like DM mode for Arma. You can make missions for people and update like the task list and then summon, and like place squads and tanks and helicopters, and then it's kind of cool. But the biggest problem is if you don't have a guy who has like the macro set up, it takes them a very long time to set up the map. So typically what happens is they'll be like, oh man, you got to get over here, and it's 7 kilometers away, so you got to drive there in this really slow medical truck. And you're like, oh great, and then by the time that you get there, they're done like making the fucking base or whatever. It's kind of frustrating. Other than that, it's today I started a new campaign on Fallout 4. So I'll probably be playing that the next couple of days, just kind of doing something new on the stream. It lets me focus more on talking with the viewers that I have. And everybody loves Fallout 4. At least a lot of my viewers like it and have been wanting me to play it. So I decided to do that. So I'm doing a full charisma, full luck, and that's it. I think he has a little bit of endurance, but yeah. So I'll be soaking up all the fat XPs and making all the monies. And that's what I've been playing.
Cool. And I think you have a Monster Hunter clip for us to watch. Do you want to say anything about it before we started, or?
Yeah. So this is what, spoiler alert. If you haven't played it and you're trying to avoid spoilers, just go ahead and look away for this clip. And close your ears and mute yourself, because in 3, 2, 1, I'm going to spoil some of the game. This is one of the last Elder Dragons you have to fight. At the end of the game, it's vanilla Fallout 4, by the way. The end of the game, you have to fight the last 3 Elder Dragons. This is the fire lava guy, and I was playing with our buddy Indefinite. We know him in real life, me and Pyro and VG. But we're playing, and these 2 randos are with us, and so we were hoping they had some bombs on them, because not everybody carries them, but it turns out they did. So it's you're about to see a lot of numbers pop up.
A lot of explosions.
A lot of explosions.
Here it is.
The actual explosions.
It's okay. Everybody else fucking did.
He's just asleep. They're just gonna blow the shit out of him.
Oh no, I don't. It's on cooldown. Oh, now it's up.
Wow.
You just kill it in one shot. My God.
Jesus Christ! That was awesome. I mean, to be fair, this was after like a solid 15-20 minutes of fighting it already.
It was just the anticlimactic solution of just putting 20 bombs on his ass.
Well, yeah. I mean, we already got what needed. We cut off and broke all the pieces that we could. So we were like, all right, well, just time to end it. And you can't capture them. I mean, because in Monster Hunter, it's better to capture a monster than to kill it, but you can't capture Elder Dragons. So you just kill it. That was cool. But yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I mean, It's funny that it worked though, and it just like killed it. Like you had enough bombs to just take it out, right?
Oh
there.
yeah,
So
dude, it was 8 of the biggest bombs you could make in the game. Plus, my gun lance does a explosion that does like 180 damage, I think, total. Plus, Charlie put his mines down with his bow gun,
Uh-huh.
so they also did 46 damage. And he could place up to 4 of those at a time. It was dumb, dude. It was a lot of explosions.
That's awesome. Yeah, Eagle, if you love Monster Hunter, Jiggly's been playing a lot, so go check him out and check his stream out. You know, he's been playing it quite a bit, so
Yeah.
okay, so what's up, Kat? Thanks for the host. Thank you so much. By the way, you guys who like D&D stuff, go check out Loot Salad, who just hosted us. They're pretty cool. I'll do a shout out real quick for Loot Salad. And also, here's Jiggly Bits as well. That's both of those guys we were just talking about. All right, cool. So next in line is I believe Tarnus, right? What did you play this week or these past couple weeks, man?
I've been playing. I just got Final Fantasy 15 on PC.
Oh, okay, PC edition.
How does that run? Because I've been wanting to get it.
Actually, okay, so I have a dinosaur of a computer, and it runs really well.
That's good.
Like, it's not one of the horrible ports that I'm used to from Sony and Square Enix.
Cool.
But I also have been modding it. That I'm playing.
Of course.
All
PC
my
version, baby.
characters are the Power Rangers.
That's awesome.
Hey, just seeing the Power Rangers running around, jumping everywhere, and stabbing the shit out of a monster. Yeah, I'm loving that game.
Does it like reskin their weapons too to be Power Ranger weapons?
You can
Okay, that's
reskin
good.
their weapons that way.
Because like I know like you get the guns and the swords and stuff, and then Power Rangers also have guns and swords, so that'd be kind of cool.
Yep. The main character is the Green Ranger,
Okay.
and then it's like the second guy is the Red Ranger, and then the Blue and the Black Ranger.
Can you play the flute? We just posted that meme the other day.
Oh my god, yes, that was
Yes,
so good.
You can play the flute. Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's an ocarina. Let's be real.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, cool.
A synthesizer ocarina.
No, it's a flute that sounds like a trumpet that sounds like a synthesizer trying to be a piano.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's crazy.
All I want to know is, can you fuck the Yellow Ranger? Like,
That's
Whoa!
Okay.
Whoa, rude.
Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised if they had a skin for big titty bitch, whatever her name is, the car mechanic.
make her the Yellow Ranger?
Yeah, make her the Yellow Ranger.
And then I spent the entire weekend playing Delve for PoE and Hardcore. And let's just say Monday I stopped playing Hardcore.
Let's
You-
say that.
do
Let's
you-
just say that mistakes were made.
I think you have a clip. I think you have a
Is it-
clip to explain your frustrations.
Is it
Yeah.
playing at that point?
Ah.
This doesn't need much intro, right? You just
No,
get
it's-
obliterated.
I fucked up. I misclicked, and it's I just come around and
It's
next thing you know,
okay.
I'm dead.
Tarnus, a misclick in Arma is you alt-tabbing yourself because the game doesn't work properly.
Good, good,
Yeah, you
good.
misclicked. You didn't take the life notes.
Here's some sweet clippage of Turnus dying. Hardcore mode, by the way, you lose all your progress, or it just switches you to regular, but still,
Supposed to just standard.
yeah,
and
you basically lose all your. Would you click your move? You click your map.
So the little thing in the middle is just when you kill the boss or the encounter, it'll pop up. It's like choose your next destination. I accidentally clicked that instead of picking up some of the loot, and next thing you know, it's like, oh, there's still monsters here. And as soon as I click out, I'm already dead.
Wow, yeah,
And
that's
was
frustrating.
actually that was my first death, and it just really snowballed from there.
I like you're just in the pause screen. It's just you, just so just like, what have I done?
Oh, it's like, did I really just die to that bullshit?
That's the epitome of the "why am I like this" meme.
Why? Yeah, exactly. Well, that's how it goes. I mean, We played hardcore Diablo a lot, and sometimes you die from some
Oh
dumb
yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
But
that was. Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's nearly as bad as hardcore PoE, but I can't judge that because I don't play a lot of hardcore PoE.
I think it's worse only because in Diablo you actually lose the whole character.
Well, you lose the whole character, but it's a lot easier to get
Farm.
max level and farm. I think in
Yeah.
Diablo, so
Oh,
I
for
don't
sure.
think it's as bad. So
I have yet to even attempt to get quote
It's
unquote.
also
What's up,
way
man?
harder to die in Diablo.
yeah, for sure. So, well, that sucks. So are you just playing regular right now, then, Tarnus?
Yeah. After dying about 10 times, I am gonna be done with hardcore for a while and do softcore.
Softcore porn, yeah.
Sapphire.
Reminds me of
Chatterbait streams.
Trailer Park Boys where he can't get it up, so they're like,
Oh
you got to
my
do it
God.
softcore. Sorry, okay.
When they're trying to film the porno.
If
Yeah,
you
it's
want to
just so
watch,
you get the full frontal.
if you want to watch Tarnus die a bunch in Path of Exile, here's Tarnus's channel.
Or in any game.
Pretty much in any game.
We love you, Tarnus. All right,
Yep.
so Ian, DaVinci, what have you been playing?
Nothing.
You've been so busy, you just haven't had time.
No, I played PoE a lot, and then I also tried out Gambit on Destiny 2 on Saturday when they had it open. That was a thing. It's pretty fun, honestly. It's like if you like Destiny PvP, it's better than the actual PvP itself because it mixes in the PvE. But it's like I don't know. It's weird.
That's cool. So is it like a horde mode but versus, or like how does
It's
it mix the PvE?
like So a bunch of shit spawns, and then you can collect these motes pretty much, and you turn the motes into this thing. However, if the enemy team turns on motes, it will summon a blocker, which will keep you from turning in your motes. You can do the same to them. There's also a portal that'll randomly open up that allows you to go over there, or someone on your team rather, to go over to try and kill them. If you kill them, they lose all of the motes that they're holding.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's pretty good though.
Huh.
Cool. Sounds kind of neat. Very nice.
Yeah, it's pretty clusterfucky. It's really fun because of that reason. But yeah.
Well, I mean, if I was super interested in playing Destiny 2, I might go into it, but like, I don't know. I just haven't been able to get back into it, so.
Yeah, I mean, I played the first mission of the story, and then I was like, man, I kind of just want to go back to Delve right now.
Yeah. Play your PoE addiction.
Play my addiction, my
Yeah.
sad addiction.
Cool deal. Well, I like I said, I played some Rust this week, and that was probably my favorite thing I did this week. It's just kind of fun to start off like fresh on a server and kind of fight for survival a little bit. I'm wondering if this Thursday will be a little better, since everybody will not have blueprints either, so the tech level will stay, like the early game will be there for a lot longer. We'll see. It was pretty fun. I haven't played with a big group of people in a while. You know, usually it's me or Jiggly just hanging out. We're playing co-op games together, which is fun. But just like having like 7 people like co-op, you know, try to like set up a base and all that.
Like
kind of
actually
stuff.
playing together.
Yeah.
Instead of what our ARC servers tend
Or
to
like
do, which is
dick everybody
a
over.
group of-
Yeah.
a group of 3, and then you and Chris run around collecting fucking dodos for 2 days.
Hey, dodos, they're a commodity. Okay, you need
No, they're
dodos.
useful. They're useful because the kibble, but at the same time, nah.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, hey, there's Plague. Hey,
Hey.
Plague won.
Plank, you won the Twitch giveaway. So congratulations. I'll get with you later on what you want, and I'll ship it your way. I was just talking about it. I was like, I haven't seen Plank on, so I don't know if this person actually
Exists.
yeah.
Or if it was like a bot. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
It's
like,
just
wasn't
another one of
sure.
my bots.
That's
Oh,
right.
it's actually
Probably
me, guys. Shush.
you're just like talking in chat so that so we don't think it's you. We don't suspect you.
Yeah.
Anyways, cool. So, all right. Well, let's talk about some new releases coming up this week. There's a bunch of stuff. So, I wonder if I can do the command even though I disabled it. Yep, I can't. Yeah, let me talk. I'll talk to you about it later, Plank. Just so you know, you had followed, so there was a giveaway, and you were on my list, and you won. So, I'll send you the info later. Not McSlapperson's anal precision. That's
Hey, he offered it, man.
yeah,
He
but
offered it.
that has to be at a later date, like this
Oh,
month or
okay.
next month.
Oh, we
because
can do that for the charity stream. That could be
charity
one of the
stream. There we
cheers,
go.
man.
Yeah, if you get high enough. It's not 3D
3D
printed. it's bought. It's good. So yeah, thank you, Tarnus, for popping that up. Okay, so we got some decent releases coming out this month. The first one I want to talk about is Immortal Unchained. This has gotten some mixed pre-release reviews, and I'm sure you guys may have some stuff to say about it. But let me get the trailer going so y'all can kind of get an idea. Give me 1 second. All right, I got it. Switch over. Let's watch this real quick.
Some have no right to freedom. I wish I could let you rot in this cell. This time I will have to fight fire with fire, or else everything will come to an end.
All right. Well, that was it. So first thing I want to point out, just at the very beginning, whenever he's there with the chains, it looks like God of War, like
Yep,
bald guy,
amazing.
two chains.
Fucking Kratos, man. Like even like the muscles and stuff look just
Yeah.
like Kratos.
Yeah. So that was the first thing I saw when I looked at the trailer, and I was like, oh boy, please don't be like a clone, right? So
Yeah.
that was the first thing I
Although,
thought.
it has a gun in it, so not a clone, right?
Right.
Confirmed?
So it is that's first of all, the game's called Immortal Unchained, if you didn't see it on the trailer. But it is supposedly an action RPG, and it's a shooter. So you do a lot more shooting than melee in the game. It looks really cool. I like the concept of it being like an action shooter. It has like a lock-on system. If you go watch some of the videos and trailers for it, it has like a lock-on system. So when you hold your trigger to lock on to somebody, you can then use, like, you're on a controller, you can use your stick to like lock onto the arm or the head or the leg specifically. And like if you do enough damage to the arm, they'll drop their weapon, or like their head will like make them lose like more stamina because there's a stamina system. Stuff like that. So it's kind of neat that it has that kind of options, or those kind of options. And legs to slow them and cripple them and stuff like that. So it looks pretty neat. Like it looks pretty cool. And the trailer says that it's PS4 specifically, but it's also coming out on Xbox One and PC. So that's cool. Anything else y'all noticed? That was a pretty short trailer, but other than it looks like God of War,
Just the re.
Just the re? Like, what do you mean?
Like, he just goes re.
Okay.
Just, like,
Gotcha. So I was reading some early stuff about it, like some people got some preview copies. And they said the lockout system's actually really bad and broken right now. So like I feel like that's an integral part of the game, so I really hope that they get it fixed. Because if it's as bad as they say they are, like they say you go to lock on, and instead of locking on to like the closest enemy you're pointing at, sometimes they'll just lock on to an enemy in the other room that doesn't even see you, and like you'll shoot them instead. Yeah, so it's a little broken right now, but it is like still pre-release, so we'll see, when it comes out. I really, really like, to be honest with you, even though it's a shooter, I really like some of the melee moves. If you go look at some of the gameplay trailers, and they look really awesome. Wish there was like more melee in the game. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It just is one of the things I wanted to point out.
Well, if it's an RPG, they might have builds for it.
Yeah, maybe. I haven't seen like skill trees or anything yet, but it looks interesting. So, and obviously, I always list on a bad note is that it's not co-op, but that's gonna be like 90% of the games we.
If your character's
so.
gonna be as ripped as Kratos, you better be able to fucking melee people instead of shooting them. I'm just
True
saying.
that. No, so there's a melee attacks and stuff. I just don't know how focused
Yeah.
the game you can do with it. So.
Right.
I mean, if you can't even target aim, then I mean.
Right now, yeah, you can't even target aim correctly, so that's a problem.
Just spin to win. You hit everybody. It's fine.
That comes out September 7th, so this Friday, and it's $50. So,
Oof.
yeah, it's priced almost at a AAA price.
It's rough.
We'll see. It's got to have some
Yeah.
pretty good reviews. I'll probably wait and just see what other people think. Maybe watch some people play it, and go from there. But it looked interesting. I like the concept. Hopefully, it turns out well. We'll see. Anybody else interested like that? Think it's
Nah.
not worth.
Nah. I'll see what the gameplay looks like when it comes out. But
Yeah.
I'm not-
Well, the problem is it's single player for me. Like, if it was co-op, I'd probably give it a shot no matter what. But that's
Yeah, it's just rough. It is rough to make a shooter RPG that's co-op.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Unless you do it like Divinity style.
The next
Which
one's
is turn-based.
yeah, that's true, and it worked well. I think.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. The next one's a big one that a bunch of people are excited for. So hopefully we say only good things about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how we do here?
Sure.
All
Is
right,
it AAA?
here we go. It
Yeah,
is
it's
AAA.
You're Spider-Man. Look, next time.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, but what if there aren't any around? Good one. New York! Now you've been summoned for a special occasion.
I'm the one who kept order in this city!
Apparently the show's not over. Is there anyone left in New York who doesn't want me dead? A thin line between living and dying. I'm on the edge and I might just die.
Next time you get in my way, I will not be so gentle.
Girl problems again.
Gotcha! Shut up! I'm coming up. Feel the rush. Hands up! Feel the rush. I said this ain't legendary.
Rated T for teen.
And that was Spider-Man. It's coming out also on Friday.
A
First
lot
of
of
all,
people I know of are stoked for that game.
yeah. First
I
of
mean,
all,
it looks really good, and if you, I'm surprised you didn't get the combat trailer.
Yeah, I was thinking about playing it while we were talking, but
Mhm.
I guess I could.
One thing I'll note is it looks like a lot of those are going to be like real-time event cutscenes, which is fine. Those are cool. So yeah.
Some of them. Like,
Some of
the
them.
one that they showed in the trailer itself, where, like, he's getting attacked by all the guys, that's just, like, normal cutscene.
Oh, is it just a cutscene?
Well, that's the thing. Okay, so if you watched... So that level is pretty much shown, it was shown at E3. They showed it, like... So there's parts of it that you move through, and it's, like, quick time events, and those are
Right.
sort of cutscene, and then, like, it has cinematics in between it that, like, you stop doing actions, and then it goes back to the quick time event sort of shit.
Okay.
Those always annoy the fuck out of me in games, though, if we're being honest.
It's Uncharted. I mean,
Yeah, because you feel like, okay, I'm doing something, and then all of a sudden you're just like, oh, right, I'm not doing anything anymore. And it just feels so fucking awful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Have you guys played like the older Spider-Man games?
I played the one that came
Yeah.
out for the PS3.
I played the one that was, like, all the way back on the PlayStation 1 that this one's, like, made around.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's very similar to
Yeah,
kind
I had
of
the one on PS2 that everybody loved too. That was a good one.
kind of a
Yeah.
throwback to the Origin ones, which is good.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, Enter Electro, I think is the one that I have was called.
I'm glad you can touch the ground now. That's
Right in the city
that's
during
nice,
the city
yeah.
time. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, so it has my favorite combat style, like the Batman Arkham Asylum like style with the blocking and fighting. When you're fighting, dodging, blocking, attacking type stuff. So I like that. That's a plus for me on this game, from what I can tell. And I'm glad we have a visit by Jackie Chan bot who says, "What's your favorite Jackie Chan movie?" By the
Shanghai
way,
Dude.
oh, that's a good one.
I like my favorite one's the babysitter.
What
That's
about?
also really good.
Can we go? Okay, I'm gonna go rogue and just go with like a not so good one called the Tux. Didn't know that, or did?
Oh my god, this is great.
That's
All right,
awesome.
all right.
Thank you, Jackie Chan bot. The
See, the
tuxedo. He
tuxedo.
puts the
The
tuxedo
tuxedo.
too.
I like
Yes.
that one.
That's awesome.
But does he know of Blade of Steel, which was only released in Japan for 2 years?
It might be a really good an early Jackie Chan porno. Steven, thank you, buddy. All in the family. Yes, he got it,
Wow.
dude. This bot is pro strats.
This is the best bot.
That's great. Thanks. All right, so anyways, back to this review though, for sure. I think the
Oh, that was
graphics
pretty
look really good, which is nice, and I'm always a big fan of graphics, so that's
Yeah.
great.
Have you all of the interviews with like the lead developer before this game was like had a release date? He was so like excited to be on the project that like you couldn't help but tell that like the game was in good hands, at least from the point of view of like he wants to stay true to like the Spider-Man sort of mythos,
Yeah,
with like making it a fun sort of game as opposed to just making it like super serious
sure.
like sort of shit. So,
Yeah, I also like that it's stay true to the New York skyline. Like, there's a lot of the obviously the distinguishing landmarks and stuff there, which is great. It's definitely not one for one because you can see there's some repetitiveness in some of the trailers of the buildings and stuff, but all the big ones are there. All the big hitters, so that's cool. I like that as well. I think you almost have to do that, but I'm glad they didn't like slack off in that aspect. So
yeah.
the only bad thing for me, at least from what I can tell, is PS4 only. So
Same. Yeah, it's pretty big. Well, that
I mean-
and then the co-op again, but that's gonna be us always.
always, and that's kind of harder to do with Spider-Man. But
Yeah.
I got a PS4. Maybe I'll pick it up. But it's one of those things I haven't picked up anything for the PS4 in so long. So we'll see. Thanks for the follow, Jackie Chan bot. You're the best. By the way, one of the top films, Rush Hour, was the top one, which actually I love that one too. So
That's the best.
thanks for
That's the
reminding
best.
me. Anyway, so that was a great little visit from the Jackie Chan bot. Thank you so much. Whoever did that was great. So that's Spider-Man. Is anybody getting Spider-Man?
I don't have a PlayStation anymore.
Yeah,
so
you're the only one with the PS4
Man.
until Kingdom Hearts Edition comes out.
And then you'll have one? Okay.
Then I has one.
Yeah, I sold mine. I just didn't play it enough.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of people getting it, but I do have some people, so I'll just check with them, see how it plays, I think
A couple people on my stream team are getting
yeah.
it.
Do you have
They'll be,
somebody that's going to be streaming it?
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah, so if you're interested in watching Spider-Man gameplay, you got that guy. Shout out that guy if you want.
Yeah, I can shout him out.
Um,
Make sure I spell his name right.
Yeah. So if you want to watch some Spider-Man gameplay, I know that Kovic is going to do it. I think he's going to do a full playthrough on Sunday. There we go. And also apparently Lamornis. Okay,
Yeah.
and that's Jiggly's buddy.
Yeah.
So check those guys out if you want to do any Spider-Man gameplay. Watch some Spider-Man, see if it's worth the buy, or just want to check it out because it's a
You don't have a
$60
PlayStation.
game and you don't have a PlayStation, whatever it might be. At least you can go watch the gameplay. So it looks pretty good though. I would probably buy it if I was more invested in the PS4. So I may buy it if it's on sale at some point. We'll see. So anyways, okay, cool. So let's talk about our next one, which is actually probably going to be pretty short if I had to guess.
Yeah. I don't think any of us really care for that game.
Well, I want to kind of talk about it for a reason.
I meant like care to play.
Yeah. I gotcha. I'm not gonna really
The
play the
best.
trailer because the official trailer's pretty long, but I'll play in the background. The next one we're talking about, Shadow the Tomb Raider. It's another one of the 3-part series. I can't say a ton about it. It looks very similar to the last 2 games. I mean, obviously the location's different. But I mean, same style gameplay. So if you like the last 2 games, this game's going to be just as good, just as good or bad as those 2, depending on how you enjoyed it. A couple things I will say is I really like that it's Mayan themed this time. So I like that part. Kind of like the Mayan culture and ruins and the spiritualism and stuff like that. So there's a lot of that in the game, it looks like. This could be viewed as good or bad, but Laura in this one is a lot more prone to killing. So she's obviously grown in her role, as the story's advanced. Because if you've played the earlier ones, she's not
afraid to kill people.
Yeah, not so good with the killing parts. So this one, she, at least in the trailer, she's just wrecking everyone. So I mean, that's cool. That could be good, good or bad thing for you guys. But so it may be a lot more action oriented as well. As always, expect tons of puzzles. I love puzzle games, which is what draws me to these type of games. So if this goes on sale, I may pick it up, but it's not something I'm going to get as soon as it comes out. And other than that, I mean, that's what I got. It's like, don't expect anything new. I don't think they're going to add any like crazy game mechanics, but it does look really good, graphics.
They might change the buttons on the QuickTime events.
Yeah, there you go. So
you might have to press them in a different order.
Steven's hoping for a new cheat code. It comes out on PC, right? So there's gonna be someone who can mod it for you. So don't worry, it'll be there. Pick it up if you like the old ones. If you didn't, it's more the same, I would guess. Different places, but similar gameplay. So kind of leave it up to yourself on whether or not you like the previous ones and get this one. I really like the location though, the Mayan stuff. So we'll see. Looks pretty cool. I only played the first one, I think. I can't remember if it was the first one or the second one, but it was on like Steam sale for like $10 or something. I picked it up. So it was pretty
That's
fun.
worth.
Yeah. The last one we're going to talk about today is because I actually picked up a copy of the first game for free the other day when it was for free. And that's Insurgency Sandstorm. So Insurgency went free like last week or the week before, I can't remember. And I picked it up and I played the co-op mode, which is really cool. I really like the co-op mode, and I actually am hoping that this one co-op mode is even better, which from what I've read it is. So this game yet again is called Insurgency Sandstorm. If you haven't played the first one, go check it out. But this one comes out on the 18th. It's a couple of weeks from now. It looks really good. It's a game about tactics and team play. Even the PvP is supposed to be that way. Obviously, the dynamic changes whenever you're dealing with real people. So, couldn't say for sure. I just like that.
It's coming from a guy who's played a couple hundred hours of the online for the first one. It's only different because like there's more sprinting of the enemy. Like they'll actually run away from you and stuff and run around you and whatnot.
Well, and that happens with the AI a lot. So the AI is really smart in the co-op.
I never played co-op, so I don't know. Like I need to play it. So maybe
it's really good. It's fun. I definitely am looking forward to this one. So one of the things is the game in the first one, it's supposed to be pretty good, but this one's supposed to be even better. That the sound design is amazing. Like directional sound, everything you hear, like. It's really good, like, whereas you don't want to, like, reload at certain points because you're worried that somebody will hear you and know exactly where you are. So the sound's supposed to be really good in this game. They updated the engine, so the AI is a lot better. I mean, the AI, to me, at least, in the first one was really good. So to make it even better, that's great. Anything to make it more realistic is always good, in my opinion. So... just like the first one, there's no unlocks or currency. You have access to all the guns that everybody else does, which I like.
They're faction locked, though.
Yeah,
Like you'll notice like this guy has a Dragunov, the other guy has an M14 or
you're
M24.
right. So depending on what team you're
It's
on,
basically American versus infidels. I don't know. That's how it was in the first one. So the
Yeah.
Americans get American guns, infidels get infidel guns, essentially.
yeah. And so basically everything's behind like a point system. You only have so many points to spend on your weapon. So like you pick a weapon, and different weapons cost more points, and then your attachments,
and gear.
Yeah, and then your attachments
grenades
cost
even.
points. Yep, and grenades. And so like say you only get 10 points, you get a gun for 3, you put a silencer on it for 1 or whatever. Like it all adds up to 10. So you can kind of change your character that way.
Body armor counts. Like if you want higher body armor, then you need more points in body armor. It's a really interesting way of doing it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I liked it a lot.
And the other thing is, like, that really makes it different than the first game, besides like better AI, better sound. Like obviously they've upgraded the game, but they also added character customization, which is neat. So that's just
cool.
a new feature they added. They didn't have that in the first one. So it looks pretty good. Obviously the bad, in at least for me and most people, you know, around the net, is it looks very similar to the first one. Obviously the graphics are updated, but like not enough. Like if you look at this one, go look at the first one. They're really
use the
similar.
same character models.
Yeah, they're really similar. So obviously a lot of people are like, this game looks like the same as the last one.
It's like what they did with oh fuck, there was a game that released and everybody hated it because it was basically them selling a reshade pack for a full price. Was it Call of Duty?
I mean, pretty much.
Well, okay, no, but it was a different, like, better.
No,
game.
it was recently this year. I know which one. I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember. And
Fuck me, I can't
what they
remember.
didn't like about it was that you could get the old game, put the reshader pack on or whatever, and it was better than
exactly
the new
the
one.
same.
Yeah. I can't remember either. That's gonna haunt my dreams now.
I know. Yeah, I'm like, fuck. What was that game? Like, I want to say it was a Battlefield game, but it wasn't.
No.
Dark Souls?
Yeah, remastered. Yeah. That's what it was.
But yeah. That's not what I was thinking of. It's a shooter. It's a shooter game.
That was one of the ones, though.
But but Dark Souls definitely did that. So,
what's up, Emma?
Hey, Emma.
Thank you for that cheer. You troll? You troll? Huh? No, it's fine. I'll take one penny. Okay. All right. I'm not. I'm fine with it. Yeah. So anyway, all the mechanics in this one are better, and so that's kind of like. Obviously, the point of having a new game is just a better version of the old game. It's supposed to have new maps and new guns too, so there are some new stuff. There is new stuff in it, and it's, to be honest with you, I didn't pay for the first one, so I'd be fine with getting the second one. Paying for it because it's a really good game. So we'll see. Anyway, so that's Insurgency Sandstorm. It's gonna be $30. Releases on the 18th. It's pretty cheap in my opinion, so I'll probably pick it up. As I also really like the co-op aspect. So, anyways, does anybody else want to talk about any of the new games that we didn't go over?
Let me look over the list real quick.
I mean, 2K19's on there.
2K19. Is it 2K19 or a Live 19 that does the face capture? I can't remember. One of the two
2K.
does the face capture. It's crazy.
I think it's 2K because it's 2K18 did it too.
What
if you have it.
What about the Labo vehicle kit?
Oh,
Build
God.
a vehicle out of cardboard? What?
Tarnus. So trolly. So trolly. Kraytech, you did not win, my friend. I apologize.
Does so I assume, so you know how the NFL teams are starting to get their own like 2K teams, basically, like professional 2K teams?
Okay.
They update every time the game comes out, right? Like, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, actually, those games also update throughout the season. So if people get hurt and stuff like that, so
yeah,
like the Madden games for sure. But anyways, so I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Let's talk about
the team facilities right next door.
Oh yeah, for the gaming team, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how that's done. So let's talk about some gaming news. The first one's kind of a big one that happened last week. Obviously, there was the Madden tournament. There was that shooting.
Oh, yeah.
We've had a ton of coverage about it, but we definitely want to mention it. Obviously, so thoughts. you know, to all the families out there. Do you want to say anything, Tarnus? Because I know you had it listed.
The second thing that is EA, what EA did afterwards.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that for sure.
First off, they shut down every other qualifier.
Yep. Okay.
Immediately. And then they are donating $1 million to the victims' families. And I believe they're live streaming a charity event for that too. So it's like $1 million plus whatever they raise, I believe.
And that's good. Like, I'm glad all that's happening. They're obviously also talking about security now for those types
Future
of events.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's obviously sparked some things that need to be addressed. Unfortunately, just like any shooting, I mean, not just in the gaming in general, but I mean, you know, it's happened. It's really sucky. It's one of the worst things to read about or, you know, hear about. So, you know, we do what we can, obviously, like they're trying to help, you know, with compensation. I know that doesn't bring anybody back, but hopefully it helps in some way, you know, and it's rough. It's always rough. So, we just want to get that one out of the way, because that's the sucky one, right? So get that one out of the way. We also got to see some really awesome gameplay from Cyberpunk 2077, or in my opinion, it was really awesome gameplay.
I thought it was dope as fuck.
What did everybody else think about it? Did everybody watch it, or did you see any?
I haven't watched it yet.
Did you see any clips of it or anything?
I saw some like brief like 30-second clips of it.
Okay.
All right. Did you click on the link?
I can. Yeah, hold up.
You don't have to show it, but I want you to see it. Just
it's the fucking comic that you did.
The Control Alt
the GIF.
No, the Control Alt Delete. Is a webcomic, and it was pretty good.
The one thing I wanted to say about the trailer that like I'm sort of worried about as far as the game goes, in the trailer there's one scene where they show like he has the option, he's talking to like some thugs, etc. He's trying to buy like this drone, I guess. He has like I don't know the story, obviously I haven't played the fucking game, but he has like some sort of warrant from someone to buy this drone. One of the options that you have from the very beginning is pull out your gun. And he goes through every other option, and then eventually the only option left is just pull out your gun. The one thing I'm worried about as far as the game goes is like, is that going to be like a recurring thing where you have the option to choose your social things, but you end up having to force the same thing anyway? That was like the biggest like question mark I had about that entire thing.
Do we
like,
know
all the rest of it looked amazing, and then there's that one glaring thing.
Have they confirmed if it's like that? What was that game that just came out with the robots that you play through? Everybody loved it. Like you play like
Become Human.
Beyond Human.
Yeah. Okay. So like that one, when you make a decision, it affects the rest of your gameplay. Is this gonna have that too?
That's the one of the things. Like they haven't confirmed.
They haven't confirmed it. Okay.
But with that,
I wonder if like a previous decision made him have to pull his gun on the guy. You know, like
yeah, that hasn't been discussed. Like, and then people like pointed it out, and the like IGN even mentioned it towards like the company. Like asked them in an interview, and they're like, "Well, we can neither confirm nor deny whether or not that's a recurring theme because we haven't resolved all of that yet."
Okay.
So it's like.
And it could also been the order you did them in. You know, you're not. It's not 100% obviously from one playthrough whether we know that for sure. But I did notice that too. Like you had all these options, and it was like pull your gun, and then you kept doing all the options, and then eventually it was like pull your gun, and you're like, damn it. But it could have been the order they did it, and it was just like never going to be a good outcome because you already pissed the guy off or whoever. So you know, I don't know for sure.
There's a lot of unknowns about it.
Yeah.
Which make it, but yeah.
Yeah, but I thought it looked great. I love the visuals. The you know, gunplay looked good. The fact that you could go in and get like your cybernetics done looked awesome. Like it all looked really cool to me. So I'm super excited. I did like that. Actually, it left me with questions with the cybernetics because you go in and you get a cybernetic eye, which basically gives you your HUD, to be honest with you. Like, you got, like, a implant in your hand to, like, see how many bullets you have left in your gun. If you don't ever take those cybernetics, I guess you don't have those, like, HUD features, which is kind of crazy, or seems kind of crazy. Because because then what? I guess are you counting your bullets at that point, or just wait until you run out and reload? So I don't know. I mean, those are interesting questions that came up for me when I was watching the trailer.
That was another one of the things that I was thinking too. Like, does it force you to take those even, or is it sort of like one of what was that game that was like you played as a bunch of different androids and then you get through a certain section, then you have to play as another one. I don't fucking remember what it's called.
Yeah, Detroit becoming human.
That's what we just talked about.
We just talked about
Right?
that.
Okay.
No, there's one where you can like literally take out your life chip and then it's just game over, but technically it's also just an end.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the fuck it's called.
Near Automata.
Yeah, Nier.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's almost like Nier, where you can just choose to take it off or on, depending on whether or not, like, it forces you to take it, but it's really your choice whether or not you can have it equipped or not. Like, that'd be neat, I guess, if that's a thing, but...
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But
Yeah.
I liked it. Also, V is hot. I mean, that's obviously the girl version. You can also be a boy. You can be a
the other
boy,
thing-
too! And
The other thing that looked like absolutely fucking badass, since I've been so critical of it, the thing that I think looked the fucking most cool was just how destructible the environment was. Like, there was a scene in that trailer where they're just shooting through walls. And,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I saw that.
Even the bullet holes were appearing in the walls. Like, that shit was insane.
No, that was really good. I like that, too, so... I don't know. It just looks really good. There's a lot of hype, though, and I know both Tarnus and Jiggly posted the meme about no pre-orders just because we've been burned by hype so many times. But,
yeah,
I think I'm going to buy it. I mean, I don't know what to do. Like, it's just one of those things where it just looks so cool. I like the genre. I've played lots of years of Shadowrun on tabletop. It's like, give me now, please. So we'll see how it goes. Definitely gonna get it. It looks great. I like the gameplay trailer. Go time.
Yeah.
Go Cyberpunk.
Go Cyberpunk.
Anyways, so we got another pushback on Battlefield 5 release date. That's not really surprising, to be honest, but it did happen. So, I think what was it? The 20th of November, Tarnus, right?
I'm sorry, what was that?
For the Battlefield 5 release?
I believe that, the 20th of November, I believe.
Yeah. So the 20th of November got pushed back some, so whatever. But by the way, just mentioning Battlefield 5, if you pre-order Battlefield 5, beta is today, which you may already be playing or may have already played.
Thank you for reminding me for downloading.
If not, download now, because you can download now and it's open on the 6th. So if you want to check out Battlefield, find out if you want to buy it or not. Be sure to
I
pre-download.
didn't get it because I pre-ordered, because no pre-orders.
But you got a key?
NVIDIA gave me a key.
Yep. There was a bunch of people on Twitter today giving out keys too. So if you want to play it for today instead of Thursday for some reason, like it's only 2 days, check out Twitter. There's a ton of people passing those out. So I don't know. We'll see. I really want it to be good because I like the Battlefield series. I didn't play Battlefield 1 as much as Jiggly did, but I did like playing Battlefield 1. It was fun. I can't get into those competitive shooters as much anymore, but I do still like playing them off and on. So we'll see. Hopefully 5's good. If anything, I at least want to play it to try out the Battle Royale, because for some reason I'm a glutton for punishment and want to play Battle Royales, even though I just keep going back to PUBG. So whatever, it's fine.
The king. No, I'm just kidding.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Cool. All right. Well, did you see that Square Enix and Tencent are combining to do some crazy game?
Tencent? God, no. I mean, I saw it, but I didn't see anything like details about what it is.
Yeah.
Like, it hasn't been really released per se.
There's not a huge thing about it yet, but I just brought it up because obviously that's a big company. I mean, Epic Games, Riot Games, they, help publish PUBG in China, all that kind of stuff,
Path of Exile.
Yeah, Path of Exile, so, like,
Yeah, it's big.
it's pretty big, and so Square Enix is like, hey, let's make a game. So we'll see. We're not even sure what kind of game yet. So it could just be like another phone game. You know, I don't know.
Hell yeah! I don't think Tencent actually has any phone games. Well, I guess.
Doesn't Tencent own whatchamacallit too? Candy Crush or some shit?
They might. Fuck if I know. They own so much.
They also Tencent did work with Square Enix making a phone game called some crazy words I can't say. So they've already done it once. So
yeah.
Anyways, I just thought it was interesting because it's such a big company. So whatever they do come out with, we'll see. We'll see what it is, especially since Square Enix has a knack for like RPGs. So
Square Enix has a knack for being good.
Yep, we'll see how it goes.
Except for when they're bad.
Recent, like as in this past weekend, Fortnite was one of the placements. So technically, it was last place and to get into a round in the tournament, but it was decided by a coin toss. How you like them apples? Huh?
Pretty good. I like that.
So, this is just another thing where people say, hey, why is this an esport? To be perfectly honest with you, there's like 5 categories that they like went through before they had to do a coin flip. And it just so happened that the 2 players at the end tied in all those categories. So, I mean, it's a rare occurrence, I think. I don't think you're going to see it that often. But the fact that it ended in a coin flip had a lot of people kind of upset.
They should have done rock, paper, scissors.
Somebody did mention that. And the guy who lost the coin flip did tweet about it, but he seemed pretty sportsmanlike, so we'll see. But, a lot of people were like, well, Fortnite's just a game about luck anyway, so it actually fits. It was pretty funny to read the comments, but it was just funny in general to me that it was decided on a coin flip. So
I feel like they should have just gave him like identical gear,
and do like a 1v1 or something.
Yeah, just like a 1v1.
So that's what a lot of people suggested, but that wasn't in the rules, right?
Right.
So they had already,
because they didn't expect it. Obviously.
Right, the whole tournament had already been gone through. So I applaud them for sticking to the rules. It's just that the rules are kind of sucky. That at the end it just came up to a coin flip.
To be fair, they've never had to deal with that, to have to make a rule for it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, they had a rule for ties. It just went all the way down to the coin flip. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And now
they have a rule for going that far.
Yeah, and now that they've seen the way that happens, they may change it. If they keep it, then maybe we dog them a little bit more. You know what I mean? But it was just funny to me that the placement was decided by a coin toss for sure. So, and it just also funny to me because a lot of people are like, why is this an esport? I'm like, I don't know. It's popular. Everybody likes it. The Battle Royale, I mean, whatever. It's fine. They also had a problem earlier in the matches where they had that new mechanic with the cube. And, it makes you shoot up and down in the sky and stuff. Like, your character goes up and down. And it, broke where everybody was just flying in the air and spinning around. They had to turn it off for the rest of the tournament. It was pretty funny. It was funny to read about as well. But anyways, man, first prize winner, $225,000. I mean, they make plenty of money on that game, so they can just give it away, So
yep.
Whatever works, I guess, So.
Want to talk about other money and other games?
Other money and other games? Are we gonna talk about Riot?
Let's talk about Riot, boy.
Let's talk about Riot. Okay, well, there's having a lot of problems with along the sexism lines, right?
Yeah, so they're having a sexism scandal where a bunch of employees or female employees or wannabe employees were getting either turned down because they weren't gamer enough or stuff like that, and then people, the math or calculations were done by their own team to realize, oh hey, the only people that they're saying this about are always female, and there's other reasons like that, and then also females within the company were also being treated differently, and all this came out, and I think it came out in an IGN post or something weird, or maybe it was shit, what's that one? I don't know, sounds like a weeb website.
Machinima?
No.
What's up, dude?
Anyway, it came out on like some website by one of their content creators that just happened to also be an ex-Riot employee and stuff. So that all happened, and then like they released this big post about how they're going to change the DNA of Riot Games, and that they haven't been true with their fans, they haven't been true with their employees, etc. They need everyone's help, blah 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 blah. Expected. And then this last weekend, I think it was, David.
Yeah, it was during PAX. They decided to split their panel and allow females / non-binaries to only into the panel, and which caused a lot more controversy as well.
Yeah,
so.
Kotaku. Kotaku.
So it's one of those things. It's like I don't know. It's a touchy subject. It's probably something we should talk about. It's just I hate it because it's just so touchy that no matter what you say, it's gonna be bad.
You're gonna offend somebody.
Yeah, and so it's like, man,
I'm
it's just
already offended.
Just the best way to not offend anyone is to say it's wrong to be sexist. Because
I mean, it is. No, that's true, you know, and we're not gonna. Yeah, I mean, so it's just. I don't know. Hopefully they can work it out. Is what I'm. You know.
I think they were trying. They were trying. They just didn't go about it the right way. Maybe necessarily.
Sure.
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
And then the other big issue with Riot is the amount of money that they're giving to their world championships and all the funding that they're putting towards that right now. There's a big sort of fuss with them where they said that we can't afford to pay the winners or etc. like X amount of money because we can't afford it. And then like a week later they posted, well, due to all of these sort of events with the sexism thing, we have to go on a company retreat to something like fucking Jamaica or some sort of like tropical area thing. And like everyone's just like, wait, what the hell? I thought you just said you don't have that much money.
Right, yeah.
And then people were like, well, why don't you just do what Dota does, where you just offer up this thing where people can buy it, get some skins out of it, and then, like, make money that way, and then you only have to put it, like, 100,000 like Dota does, and then the players can still get, like, 2 million like Dota does, and then Riot was just like, no, we don't want to copy someone else. It's like, well, it works. I just hit my mic. But yeah, it's just one of those things with video games where they want to avoid copying someone so much that it might be to their detriment.
Sure. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, hey, you know what? League of Legends been around a while. It can go away. It's fine, guys. Don't worry about it.
True.
We don't need it anymore. Well, and the other news story we have, which actually is kind of a release story, but we don't cover our tabletop stuff as much as we'd like. Tarnus, you want to talk about it?
The first of the new series, Waterdeep, which they haven't really been too open about, but they currently have announced Waterdeep Dragon Heist, which is supposed to be a level 1 to level 5 campaign. And then the next one will be my favorite, Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage, which will cover Undermountain. But 3 days until the Dragon Heist, which I've also heard a lot that it's going to be giving a lot of new rules for city setup.
Yeah.
And how to like a DM is supposed to run a city.
It's supposed to have a lot of options for your players to like do stuff in a city instead of just like, you know, obviously going into dungeons and stuff like that. It has some major faction play inside the city that you're supposed to be able to use, and like, you know, rules for that, which is cool. So it has some really interesting stuff in it, like new city aspects of the game that look really cool. Also, like Tarna said, 1 to 5 levels of adventure as well, so that's cool. Which is the heist itself, I think, but we'll see all the details obviously when it comes out. And like he said, it comes out on the 7th. That's your brick and mortar stores on the 7th. I think for like internet stuff is the 18th, so it's a little bit further out. But if you go to your local store, the 7th, that's the benefit. So get it early. But I'm excited about it. It looks pretty cool. I think our DM's going to get it, so hopefully we get some of that action in the next couple of games. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll be picking it up in hard copy and then for Roll20, of course.
Cool. Especially that Undermountain version once it comes out, because that's your style right there. It's just 24/7 Undermountain. Cool. Well, most of the news I'm most excited about. One thing I also saw at PAX West was more info on Torchlight Frontiers. A lot of people are worried because they say it's like an MMO. It's MMO-like. But they say that the MMO part of it is kind of more like Destiny in aspects. Like it's like the cities and stuff like that is where you see all the people. But when you go to do dungeons and stuff like that, it's group or solo. So in that aspect, it's going to be more just like the previous Torchlights, where you're hanging out with like your 4 friends and doing dungeons, which is cool. But they're also procedurally generating all the zones, so that's cool. So that means a lot of replayability, it looks like. And they are not using a traditional leveling system, so you don't level anymore. Your character doesn't level anymore. So that seems interesting. According to a lot of people with the demo, they didn't have like a lot of the other structure in there yet, so we don't quite know what's replacing it, other than they said they're gonna use like item leveling, apparently. So like you can level your items. So that's neat, I guess. But getting away from a leveling system, obviously there has to be some secondary system for you to progress. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what they come up with there. And then they're implementing a really big crafting system, apparently. I think Torchlight 2, it didn't have a crafting system, but you could combine items or something. Ian, do you remember?
I don't know, man. After I played it the first time, I just played it with nothing but mods.
Yeah, this is my life. I think you could combine items to like make a better version or something, but this is gonna have like full crafting, like where you can craft like with stuff you want on it and stuff like that. So it seems pretty cool.
I know that there was like a way that you could convert like 5 of the same item to the same base type and have a chance of getting like a unique or something.
Maybe that's what it was.
But that also might have been a mod. I don't fucking remember, dude.
Yeah, I got you. No big deal. Yeah, but anyways, and then they obviously it's not coming out until 2019, which is fine. I mean, that's the sad part. It's gonna take a little while, but as long as it's good as the other games, I'm down to play it. It looks pretty cool. It was cool to see a little bit of demo stuff in the PAX West, so it means they have something out there, that they're working on. So I was pretty excited about that. Anybody have anything they're excited about news wise, or? No, nobody has anything.
I already said my thing, man.
Yeah, I gotcha. I mean, Cyberpunk 2077, right? Yes.
Sure. Yeah, it's a game.
It's the same mindset as modded Minecraft. You can't remember how it's actually paid. Exactly, puppy.
Yeah.
I always think of mods as a plus side on PC, but from that statement you just said, that can also be a negative. It's like, did you ever play this game? Did you ever play this game? It was awesome. Or like, you ever play this game? It was shit. And you're like, no, wait, it was awesome. Like, you just add all these like 26 mods, and they're like, well,
like Starbound.
You're not even playing the same game anymore. And you're like, well, whatever. It was still fun.
Like fucking Starbound. Oh man, dude, this game's real good. Or Skyrim, man, it has so much replayability. Yeah, it's because you keep changing the mods.
Just play it again. You're like, yes.
Has a ton of replayability. You just play it on a different console every time.
Anyway, so I don't know. I like the mods. It's great. It's just like whoever it was, Shadow.
Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout was a good one. Starbound, all those ones. We just mod every single game. Like some games I just put on and I don't even play the game yet. I'm just like, what kind of mods are there? Oh, 50 new classes. Yeah, add that. There's not enough classes in this game.
I need more classes.
I need Power Ranger.
I think the first time we played Divinity, we played it with mods.
We did. The first time we co-op Divinity, we played it with mods. The game got corrupted, which sucks, and then we played it without mods. But it's cool. Whatever. No one gets 5 hours into Starbound without mods. Prove me wrong.
I did. I did, Andy. So fuck you.
What
Hey.
game are we talking about?
Starbound. Ian's a glutton for punishment, though. Let's be honest here. If you know Ian, he's a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, he
so,
does it well. He's
so
fucking
you know.
memeing me.
Anyway, so yeah, he is a psycho. He's a psycho. We need a streamer.
No.
We need a streamer, boys. I forgot to ask.
Tarnas apparently has him.
Do you have one?
No,
off the cuff?
I was just asking.
We did link a lot of streamers today, so that's good.
Lamornis is online right now. If you just want to use him.
Yeah, let me get him up. Hey, can you shout out to him real quick and tell me what he streams and stuff? So, or tell the podcast.
I don't know what he's streaming right now. He streams like Destiny. He's gonna be streaming. I think he's gonna be streaming Spider-Man. Let's see if I spelled his name right on here. Hey, I did. What is he streaming right now? He is streaming
Battlefield 5 open beta.
Battlefield 5 open beta. Right now he's AFK. So
perfect. I'm gonna see if he comes back online. If he does,
and he streams every day but the weekends. So
that's cool.
He's on a lot.
Constant streamy strams, which is good. So 2 weeks from now, we're gonna have a guest podcast. We'll have some people that are way better streamers than I am, so that's great. I guess I don't know. I like these guys because they're very good. Kovic, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Actually, there's one of them right there. You guys go check out Kovic if you want to see some Rust Scum gameplay. Like I said, he'll be playing Spider-Man as well when it releases. So check him out. But he'll be one of our guests in 2 weeks. And Scholarly Gamer, I don't know if you guys have seen or watched his stuff, but he'll be one of our guests. And also, who's my last guy? Oh, Jimbo, which is a real life friend of ours. At least me, Jiggly know him. Ian, I think, knows him possibly. I don't know
anyone, dude.
Ian doesn't know anybody, but he'll be in the guest stream too. So we got three pretty good guys coming to hang out with us in 2 weeks. We will definitely see you then. Are you streaming anything tonight, Jiggly?
I mean, if me and you play something, sure.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna play something, so I'll probably stream. But again, I will most likely go offline for a few minutes, get the stream set up, come back online. So if you guys want to hang out, cool. If not, also cool. I am going to raid. What's the guy's name again?
Lamornis with an underscore at the end.
Got it. So if you guys would stick around for a second, go say hi, show him a little love. He is doing some Battlefield 5, so if you're interested in that game,